In our journey through life, we often tie our sense of self-worth to external factors, accomplishments, appearances, or the relationships we maintain. While relationships are undeniably valuable and enriching, they do not define our inherent worth as individuals. A person's value is intrinsic, unchanging, and rooted in their very existence. For a woman who finds herself without friends, this truth can be a source of comfort and empowerment. We live in a society that places significant emphasis on social connections. Having a group of friends, being active on social media, or being invited to events are often seen as markers of success. However, these are merely reflections of external circumstances and not a true measure of one's worth. A woman without friends may feel out of place or question her value, but this is a misconception. Her worth is not determined by the size of her social circle, but by her inner qualities, her kindness, resilience, wisdom, and authenticity. Consider the nature of intrinsic value. Gold is valuable not because of what it does, but because of what it is. Similarly, human worth is innate. Whether surrounded by people or standing alone, a woman's value does not diminish. Life seasons may lead to moments of isolation, times when friendships fade, relationships shift, or circumstances create physical or emotional distance. These seasons, though challenging, are an opportunity for growth and self-realization. During times of solitude, there is an invitation to look inward. Without the noise and demands of social interactions, a woman can connect more deeply with herself. This is an opportunity to explore personal interests, rediscover passions, and embrace individuality. A strong sense of self fosters confidence and independence, qualities that become invaluable in every aspect of life. This period of self-reflection helps lay the foundation for healthier, more meaningful relationships in the future. Moreover, relying on external relationships to validate our worth can be risky. Friendships, like all relationships, are subject to change. People grow apart, priorities shift, and misunderstandings arise. When self-worth is tied to the presence of friends, any disruption in these connections can lead to feelings of inadequacy or failure. By recognizing that self-worth is internal, a woman becomes resilient to the ebb and flow of relationships. She can weather the loss of connections without losing her sense of identity. There is also immense power in redefining solitude. Rather than seeing it as loneliness, it can be embraced as a time for renewal and strength. Many great achievements, artistic creations, and profound realizations have emerged from moments of solitude. It is in these moments that a woman can nurture her spirituality, connect with her purpose, and build a life rooted in meaning and fulfillment. Importantly, understanding that self-worth is independent of relationships does not mean rejecting the desire for companionship. Humans are social beings, and relationships enrich our lives in countless ways. However, when entering friendships or partnerships from a place of self-worth, there is no longer a need to seek validation from others. Instead, these connections become opportunities to give and receive support, love, and encouragement without compromising individuality. To every woman who may feel the weight of isolation, let this be a reminder your worth is not measured by how many people surround you. You are valuable because you exist. You have the power to define your path, cultivate your strengths, and embrace your unique journey. Friendships may come and go, but the relationship you build with yourself will always remain. Strengthen that bond, and you will find that no external circumstance can shake your confidence or diminish your worth. In the end, self-worth is the foundation upon which all other aspects of life are built. It is unshakable, unwavering, and independent of external validation. Embrace it, and you will find that even in solitude, you are complete. Friendship is one of life's most meaningful experiences, offering companionship, understanding, and shared growth. However, building and maintaining genuine friendships requires more than simply seeking others to fill a void. It begins with self-reflection, an inward journey to understand ourselves, our needs, and how we contribute to the dynamics of our relationships. Self-reflection allows us to take an honest look at who we are. What kind of friend are we? What values, behaviors, or habits do we bring into relationships? By exploring these questions, we can identify areas where we excel as friends and areas where we may unintentionally create barriers to connection. For instance, are we good listeners or do we dominate conversations? Do we offer support without expecting something in return? These are the qualities that lay the foundation for meaningful friendships. Understanding oneself also involves recognizing personal patterns and how they impact relationships. Some women may find themselves repeating cycles of mistrust, jealousy, or withdrawing when conflicts arise. Others might prioritize pleasing others at their own expense, leading to resentment or burnout. Self-reflection shines a light on these tendencies, empowering us to break unhealthy patterns and adopt healthier ways of relating to others. Moreover, self-reflection helps us understand our expectations of friendship. Too often, relationships falter because of unspoken or unrealistic expectations. For instance, expecting a friend to meet all of our emotional needs or always agree with us can create unnecessary strain. By reflecting on what we truly value in a friendship: trust, mutual respect, shared interests, we can focus on nurturing relationships that align with these priorities. Another critical aspect of self-reflection is recognizing and addressing insecurities. Insecurities can hinder connections by making us overly sensitive to perceived slights or hesitant to open up to others. Reflecting on these feelings and their origins allows us to build self-awareness and confidence. When we approach relationships from a place of security, we are better equipped to form genuine, lasting connections. Taking the time to understand our own boundaries is equally essential. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and that includes respecting our own needs and limits. Self-reflection enables us to identify what behaviors we are willing to accept and where we must draw the line. For example, if a friend frequently cancels plans last minute or speaks in a way that feels dismissive, understanding our boundaries allows us to address these issues constructively rather than allowing resentment to build. Self-reflection also invites us to consider how we respond to conflict. Conflict is inevitable in any relationship, but how we handle it can either strengthen or weaken the bond. Do we avoid confrontation, or do we approach it with a desire to understand and resolve? Reflecting on past disagreements can reveal patterns and help us improve our communication skills, fostering deeper trust and understanding in our friendships. Finally, self-reflection helps us recognize the importance of reciprocity in relationships. True friendships are not one-sided, they thrive on a balance of giving and receiving. Reflecting on whether we are as willing to offer support as we are to receive it ensures that our relationships remain equitable and fulfilling for both parties. By starting with self-reflection, we not only become better friends, but also attract friendships that align with our values and needs. This inward journey allows us to engage in relationships with authenticity, confidence, and intentionality. It helps us recognize when a connection is worth nurturing and when it may be time to step away from a friendship that no longer serves us. In the end, the foundation of every meaningful relationship lies in self-awareness. By understanding ourselves, our strengths, weaknesses, desires, and boundaries, we create space for healthier, more fulfilling friendships. True connection begins within, and from that foundation, the most rewarding relationships can flourish. Human connection is one of life's most profound experiences. It fulfills our need for belonging, companionship, and shared purpose. While many search for ways to deepen relationships or make new ones, the most powerful approach often lies in giving. Genuine giving without strings attached has the ability to create bonds that are deep, meaningful, and enduring. Giving in the context of relationships goes beyond material things. It encompasses time, attention, kindness, and emotional support. It means being present for someone, listening with empathy, and offering encouragement during difficult times. This form of giving nurtures trust and connection because it demonstrates care and investment in another person's well-being. One of the most transformative aspects of giving is its ability to shift the focus from ourselves to others. In a world where individualism and self-interest are often emphasized, choosing to give selflessly is an act of love and humility. When we prioritize the needs of others, we break down barriers of insecurity, pride, or indifference that may prevent us from forming meaningful relationships. By giving, we open the door to deeper emotional intimacy. Giving also creates a cycle of reciprocity. When you offer kindness and support to others, it inspires them to do the same. This exchange strengthens bonds and fosters a sense of mutual respect and appreciation. It's important to note, however, that true giving is not transactional. Genuine giving comes from a place of abundance and does not expect anything in return. Ironically, this very attitude often leads to the richest and most fulfilling relationships because it builds a foundation of trust and goodwill. Consider the impact of giving in small, everyday interactions. A warm smile, a word of encouragement, or an act of thoughtfulness can transform a stranger into a friend or deepen an existing connection. These seemingly minor gestures carry profound weight because they communicate that someone is seen, valued, and cared for. In a world where many feel overlooked or undervalued, these acts of giving stand out as beacons of compassion. Giving also has a way of softening hearts and mending relationships. In moments of tension or misunderstanding, extending grace, forgiveness, or an olive branch can bridge divides. It takes humility to give in these moments, especially when it feels undeserved. But such acts of generosity often pave the way for reconciliation and healing. Moreover, giving strengthens our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we give to others, we step outside our own struggles and gain perspective. Acts of service, whether big or small, remind us that we are part of something greater than ourselves. This sense of purpose enhances not only our relationships, but also our own emotional and mental well-being. However, it's important to balance giving with healthy boundaries. Giving should come from a place of authenticity and not from a desire to be liked or accepted. When giving becomes a tool for gaining approval, it can lead to feelings of burnout or resentment. True giving stems from a heart that is full, not one that seeks to be filled. Taking the time to nurture your own needs ensures that your giving remains pure and sustainable. Ultimately, giving fosters connection because it reflects the essence of love. Love is not about what we receive, but what we offer. It is in giving that we communicate you matter, and it is this message that forms the bedrock of all meaningful relationships. Whether it is through acts of service, words of affirmation, or simply being present, giving is the key to cultivating the kind of connections that stand the test of time. In the end, relationships thrive not when we focus on what we can gain, but when we focus on what we can give. By adopting a mindset of generosity, we not only enrich the lives of those around us, but also experience the profound joy and fulfillment that comes from authentic connection. In giving, we discover the true essence of love and the unshakable bond of shared humanity.